I'm at 7246 Brush Hollow, and I'm gonna do a walkthrough, a pretty thorough walkthrough for you. So far in the front, everything looks cosmetically good. And I did check the public records for permits. They have a permit for a new air conditioner just a couple months ago. And the siding here looks good. I'll check the back as well. Fence looks good. So far, everything looks good. Foundation looks good from what I see from here. So in here's kind of the area. You're really close to it's sort of a park. Just 4 houses down, you have a bunch of green space where you can throw a ball for a dog or something if they have a dog. They have good gutter systems set up. And it goes out here underground and drains out. So that's a pretty good setup. It's gonna help the foundation stay good and sturdy. All right, let's head inside. Now this here could use a little painting, I think. This 2x4. They put that there just to help, I don't know, secure stuff and secure the storm door. All right, so as you walk in, I'll start looking in the kitchen here. And Cody's gonna have to get the utilities turned on. So there's electric, water, sewer, and gas. So water, sewer is one of them, electric's another, and gas. To do a proper inspection. If you guys end up signing documents tonight, he should call right away to get on their schedule so he can make sure it's turned on. And I would almost say just leave it on through closing, because if you turn them back off, it's gonna cost you more money to turn them back on. So, I mean, the blinds are functional. Well, okay, so the blinds don't, they try to work, but that's the worst thing you find in a foreclosed home. That's a win. Windows look in okay shape. Looks like they seal okay. We can't obviously try the lights because there's no power, but let me just double check. But yeah, so there's no power, no water. I mean, but everything looks actually very good. Dishwasher looks good. Stove looks clean. Oven looks clean for a foreclosure especially. Freezer looks clean. Fridge needs some cleaning, but once again, for a foreclosed home, you guys are getting a great deal. So, I mean, you're not gonna get the Taj Mahal in a foreclosed home. But for foreclosed homes I've seen, and you got a little, like someone spilled something right there. But for a foreclosed home, this looks incredible. I think that's why you liked it in the first place, is because it looked like such a great home and it was such a great price. All right, let me see, well, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to turn the light on my phone because I have to stop recording. Yeah, I'm not ready to do that, start everything over. But the garage slab looks good. Drywall in here looks good. The side walls that don't actually touch part of the house aren't insulated, so that's why those two aren't, but you'll find that in almost every home, that unless the owner insulated themselves. Water heater, once again, that'll be tested once utilities are turned on, but it's got an extra insulation on it, which is really good. It'll save you guys money, the extra white wrapping around it. That'll save you guys money in the long run. It's got a good drain system set up, so if water does overflow, it's gonna drain down to that drain eventually. And what you could also do, if you ever replace the water heater, is put a pan underneath it, and then the pan can drain down to that white circle drain right there. So everything in the garage looks good. And once again, I'm no expert, but I do have construction experience, and I've sold hundreds of homes. So I can tell you with pretty good accuracy if things look good. So looking at corners of stuff, things look good. I don't see any drywall damage. The walls may not be your favorite color in the world, but I mean, aside from that, I don't even see cracked tiles. And that's a really good thing as well. Gas fireplace, once again, we can't test it because utilities are not, but the inspector will test everything. They'll test every window, every door, every light, every faucet, fireplace, every electrical outlet, and so on. Because I'll just keep You got a carbon monoxide detector. So this looks like it's going to be your master. Once again, everything's been winterized. So when Cody does get the utilities turned back on, he's got to get, things are going to be unwinterized, I guess. Once you turn things on, they automatically become unwinterized. And if you decide to turn them back off, then they're going to have to be re-winterized. And it's like $50-$55. So it'd almost be cheaper just to keep it going until closing. Then if you end up not buying the home, then you can obviously turn them back off. But a king bed will fit in here. So I'm going to paste this out. It's not going to make any sense to do on video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so a king bed's about 7 feet. I know it looks very deceiving just standing here, thinking that king bed's going to fit from my foot. I guess a better way to look at it would be from the left side of that register to the wall. But you figure if a 7-foot person lays on a king bed, their feet will probably still hang off the edge just a little bit, or at least be at the very edge. And it was 7.5 of my paces to the left edge of that heating register. So a king bed will definitely fit. You are going to want to have the home cleaned because you can see they spilled some stuff along the side of it. But, the home looks pretty good condition for being a foreclosure. So these look like cable cords. So if for your television or internet, that's normal. I usually try and hide it a little bit better so it doesn't go through walls, or at least so it's not visible, but usually they put covers on it or you can tape it to the corners. But once again, that's a somewhat normal thing. But I have not seen anything in this home, and they haven't done any additions. I know you were concerned about permits and if things are up to code, but that's just a blanket form that they fill out. Then they send out with their foreclosed homes. So I don't see anything that would have needed a code inspection or permits. So I think that's a non-issue as far as this specific home. Excuse me. So here's your washer and dryer area. That looks good. I don't see any water dripping. Once again, I guess water's not on, so I wouldn't see it dripping anyways. That's a carbon monoxide detector. That's your thermostat, light switches. The outlet out here is kind of nice. I barely ever see that. So here's one of the bedrooms. And once again, even in here, you'd be able to fit, I don't know if you'd be able to fit a queen bed in here per se. Well, you could. You have to put it on where I'm standing. So if you do put a queen bed against that window, you'd easily be able to fit a queen bed in here. And then a dresser right there. The place needs a washing, needs a wipe down. So, yeah, and this room's a lot bigger. So this room's much larger than the one I just filmed a second ago. And the bathroom, once again, can't turn the light on, but everything looks normal. Looking under here, that looks normal. You can tell water dripped at some point in life, but it's not currently wet. And it has been winterized since the 17th of October. So, this home looks pretty good for being a foreclosure. And here you got, and that's crawl space access. I'm not going to hop down there because there's no lights. But the inspector will go down there and he'll check everything to make sure everything's working properly and all that. So, and I'll check out the backyard now. This home has inspected very well. Just visually from my non-professional inspector opinion. This crack is kind of normal for a patio, especially on the edge. And you can tell that crack is there on the edge. This is a total separate thing from the actual house itself. Because you could see on the actual foundation, there's no cracks. The AC unit is pretty new. It was nice they installed that basically just to sell it. But all in all, I'd say this home is very good for a foreclosure. Very good. They took really good care of it. Needs a little love back here, but most homes do actually. So checking around the side. Once again, and they could do this a little bit better. They have the water draining here, draining out to there, which is really actually very good because it drains away from the foundation. So they did stuff right in this home. They did stuff very right. I don't see anything wrong with the siding. So it'll pass any kind of appraisal, VA, FHA, conventional. You got a really nice patio back here. Yeah, there's a crack here, but that's always fixable. Or at least seal it up so it doesn't get worse. And I wouldn't even call it a trip hazard because people are going to know it's there. Fence looks good all around. I know it's a little bright, so it's hard to see. But the fence looks good. Neighbors' homes all look decent, well, except for those blinds in that house. But, I mean, all in all, I think this is a good house for the money. You hardly ever find anything in this price range in this neighborhood. I know you guys have done your research, and that's why you like this home. I sold a home in here for $250 a year ago, and that same home sold for $280. So home prices are going up in this area. I hope this gives you a little reassurance about making a purchase on this home, because I honestly don't, and that's probably why Cody and yourself both liked it, because it did look really good compared to the other homes you saw, and the price is very low for this area. But I mean, if you don't want to sign it, that's fine. I understand. It's hard when you're not here, but I mean, Cody walked you through it, and he didn't see anything wrong with it at the time. I'm walking through it now, and aside from minor things like those blinds not working, that's all I see at the moment. Granted, once utilities are turned on, it could be a different story. And the listing agent did say that if there were issues found that were large, they would very likely replace it. Because they want to get the most they can for the home. And if there's a huge leak, or if the furnace needs replacing, or if the water heater leaks or something, they're going to want to fix it because they want to sell the home. So yeah, that's the video. I'll upload it as soon as I can. All right, have a great rest of your, I guess, day, depending on when you see this. All right, see ya.